The system I got down, cause the weak I get strong. The mind will stumble to the ground.
Special Saturday stew today. Not only am I in studio at Reggae Global Radio, but so is my secret ingredient.
We know how hard life it can be, cause we felt the pain.
I wonder if we can have some karaoke time.
Misery.
We can do a live karaoke time.
From the depths of desperation to the pinnacle.
Make me see how we can work it inside here.
Almighty God has brought our souls.
So let me take this from the top.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can have a little karaoke in here. Let's see who knows this tune. Let's see if my secret ingredient can sing this. Let me take out the vocals.
System I go down, cause them know them wrong. Might can't beat right for long. The system I go down, now the weak I get strong.
Yo! Nobody knew we were going to do it. But that's how it goes right here on the Saturday Stew. He didn't even know I could do things like that. Take out vocals out of live music. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only.
Nice one.
The man, the myth, the legend. Live and in living color. Listen, I didn't know I was going to do it.
Half God.
I didn't know I was going to do it. So
Nice
you
one,
couldn't
King.
know.
Nice one. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Ambelique.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Saturday
bless.
Stew on Reggae Global Radio.
Good to be here.
Listen, I don't even know where to start with you because you've been around doing this thing for a while.
Yeah, well, most people think from 1995 still 2000 come out, you know. And I really there like most man think me there still.
Really?
And as a singer, but not a business.
But this is what I'm saying. You've
From
been
71,
around for a
from
while.
1971.
Yeah.
And my youth with Derek Harriott used to some little talking and gimmick thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or with him. They used to call it, used to call me Ramon the Mexican.
Call you what?
Ramon the Mexican.
Ramon the
Yeah.
All right. Wait, hold on. Don't even go a step further.
Yeah.
How Ramon the Mexican? First of all, who thought of that name for you and why?
All right. They used to have the Dollar Series. Remember the Dollar Series with Clint Eastwood, right?
Yeah.
So I used to go in the neighborhood. In my neighborhood, they had Tinga Stewart, Bonnie Brown from Chosen Few, Freddie McGregor when he come from country, right?
Right.
And Dennis Brown and Roman Stewart, which is Tinga Stewart, the brother used to spar, so they used to buy themselves. Then I'm about 9, 10, I'm about 14. So I used to do the accents, like the little scene them, you know, the Mexican, like there's a scene in For a Few Dollars More, and where them in the graveyard and some shooting are going and the undertaker bury the man and him say, like him saying in proper English, him say, so very bad to see a good man die, but it's better to be up here doing something than to be down there doing nothing. But him do it in an accent, so me love the accent, so me say, me gimmick it, you know, me imitate it, say, so very bad to see a good man die. Then to be, but it's better to be up here doing the something than to be down there doing nothing, huh? Because you know it's an Italian movie, right? So Italian them talk like that. Don't take up my money. You know they speak that them talk them kind of way.
Yeah.
So I used to do it in the neighborhood, all these little scenes, and Bonnie Brown came to Derek Harriott. The same session where we do the first track. I write a tune for Tinga Stewart, my first tune called Hear That Train Coming Down the Track. And that was the birth of my entry into the music business industry.
Really?
Yeah,
and this was 71?
Yeah, 71.
So you came into the business writing?
Yeah, and doing
gimmicking.
gimmick comedy and all that kind of stuff. But I did sing a song for him still.
Yeah.
And I used to have a thing when used to keep a show every Saturday or every other Saturday.
Singer?
No.
Derek.
Called Musical Charity,
Yeah,
place called VIP Lounge.
Right.
Where you have the Nova Scotia Bank right now on Half-a-Tree Road, across from Holy Childhood.
Right.
So I used to string up the set and all them things, the film. Look, we couldn't go in on the show them and go on because me too young. They wouldn't let me in. So
Yeah, string up set.
yeah, man. We say, I got all kind of things.
Sound, man.
But you forget all them things. You're young, you're curious, So that is how I enter the business,
Yeah.
But yeah, really, summertime still.
I can tell you, without any shame, when you started, I don't even think I was a thought.
Yeah, the father that carry, most people don't know, say the father carry the picnic longer than the mother,
Well, yeah. I'm just glad I'm not one of those at the time about God that way.
You're from birth, you see me. You're from birth, you see me. Right? Don't get angry, ladies. It's true.
It's funny that you mentioned starting out with Tinga Stewart. I was told by my father prior to his transition, well, both their transition, that we're related.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, to the mother.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
is
Probably,
the Stewart side of the family.
Okay.
I don't know a lot of them, to be honest.
Okay, yeah.
But it turned out that yeah,
I know the whole family because the whole of we grew up in the same neighborhood, When they moved to the neighborhood, Tinga is the eldest of the children.
Yeah.
And we used to walk up and down on guitar. I hope people don't know this about Tinga. Tinga is the best soccer player I ever seen play ball in my life.
Really?
All them talk about skill code, the best soccer player. You couldn't get the ball from him. No, could have play him wicked.
Yeah.
Tinga was one of the best soccer players I ever seen play ball. Ever see touch a soccer ball or a football, whatever you want to call it.
No. We call it
absolute genius.
It's football.
It was music.
Yeah.
Never want nothing but music.
Wow. What did you want? Because you really immersed yourself into the music thing, like you say, later on.
Yeah, because I wanted to go music. My mother wanted me to go to Jamaica School of Music, but my dad said, he have 5 children, so he can't do nothing special with one, have to try with everybody.
Right.
And it would have taken a lot more for him to help me than it would.
Got you. My
father, being a practical man, said no. But my father was a lover of music, and me I sing from me a 9-year-old and write stuff from me a 9.
Yeah, foolishness.
Foolishness. Yeah,
no.
It's still all right. With the limitation to my vocabulary or whatever, my, assortment of facts and all that, yeah. But I used to sing at Vespers. I used to go to Toral College. I used to sing Vespers, early morning before school start. You have a little, reverence and a prayer. And
right.
And that's how I started. But I left Jamaica, came to America, and it kind of passed, I left it behind because I wasn't really singing. I didn't really sing in Jamaica except for that one song I did with Derek Harriott. But then I wound up with Bunny Ruggs in a band called Hugh Hendricks and the Buccaneers, which was the American Byron Lee, New York City. So we were the front, we were the guys up front.
Yeah.
That was before Bunny. That's where Bunny left. Bunny Ruggs left and went to Third World. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Me and Bunny used to sing with, used to be at VIP Lounge too, because Bunny used to come and sing, used to come around the show.
Yeah.
During the dance or whatever the event was, and sing with Inner Circle. Because Inner Circle was always playing it.
Boy, you go far, you go deep, you go wide.
We know the whole thing, man. We know the whole thing, but we know the whole thing.
So, you didn't end up going to School of Music.
No.
But somehow, some way, you had this gift in you.
Yeah, I really do believe that music called me. Right? I was not someone who chose music.
Yeah.
Music chose me, right? But coming to America, I had to make a living, right?
Right.
So I had to find work. Music was a vocation, you know. So, but I always sang, you know.
Right.
And my singer was Sam Cooke. You know, Johnny Mathis, Nat King Cole. I used to do impressions of all of those guys, you know.
Got you.
And I endeavored to do it just like them. I could sound exactly like them at the time. I don't know how good I am now, but
No,
Yeah.
you sound like Ambelique.
yeah. But that's how you reach. That's how you reach yourself.
Right.
You reach your real self. You reach your real self and your real sound by, you know, listening and doing other people. And that montage of vocals and whatever you want to call that.
Yeah, you kind of find your own little
niche,
yeah,
tone and sound or whatever they want to call it, yeah. You know?
that little thing that work for you.
Yeah, man.
So
Set you apart.
as a preteen, a 9-year-old, you're not even reached double digits yet. You are writing songs.
Yeah, I was.
Who tell you could write? Were you a poet? How
yeah,
did you know it?
I was a poet.
Oh.
I didn't know it.
Oh, okay.
Right? I did poems. I did poetry. I wrote. You know, I was always attracted to the arts, right? You know, to my favorite subject was literature, right?
Got you.
You know, so and all the study subjects. I have a photographic memory, so stuff like that just came natural, you know. So if I read it, I could recite it, you know.
Right.
If I read it 2 or 3 times, I'd know the whole passage, you know.
I see.
And I could do all, at the time I could do Mark Antony,
Yeah.
you know, from Shylock, those characters, you know, from Merchant of Venice.
Merchant, yes.
I used to do those things, right? I used to do Twelfth Night, you know,
This
King
guy.
Lear. I mean, I used to do all those
This
things.
guy.
You know, if music be the food of love, play on, give me excess if it's a fair thing, the appetite may sickness so die. I always doing these things, you know, so, you know, with that, you start to play on words because Shakespeare was good like that.
Right.
You know, so that kind of, you know, and we had this thing in school where we would compete. Every day we learned a different word from the dictionary, right?
So like, Aloysius.
We competed 2 things. We competed in how good your penmanship was,
Yes.
and how large your vocabulary was, right? And that's one of the things we did in school. Yeah, you know.
So, you know, it's funny that you said that because this week I thought, boy, whatever happened to people learning a word a week and learning how to use it?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to our children doing things like that? And the funny thing that brought it to mind was The Lunatic.
You mean that show?
Yeah, Paul Campbell as
that
a lunatic.
particular character, yeah, he played. Yeah, I like that. I
Yeah,
like that.
and he would stand outside the school, the classroom window, and eavesdrop. And each word, he would pick up on words, and these would be his new words for the day or for the week, and he would add these new words to his name. But we don't find that our children do anything like that these days.
I think television and the advent of this whole digital age, you know, how many numbers do you remember?
Listen, don't
How
even
many
go there.
phone numbers do you remember right now? Right now.
I remember 2 phone numbers.
Yeah.
It was the phone number I had when I was in single digits, and the last phone number I had in Jamaica. Those are the 2 phone numbers I remember.
Yeah, because we never have the phone, you have to remember them. Yeah, I have a little phone book, and if you're lazy enough to know how the phone book.
But when I got my first cell phone,
yeah, man.
although the numbers were stored in there, anybody could have asked me, hey, what's the number for? Reel that off.
Yeah, man.
What is whose? reel that off.
At the age, man. We remember you used to make your own tie.
Listen, man. Box, the milk box or the box juice with buckle stopper and cotton reel.
Yes.
Listen, my mother was a dressmaker, so cotton reel was like in my house all the time.
And I see a man spin a gig.
I was looking for one recently, I was looking for one recently. Every time I get my hands on a yo-yo, I tell them to my boys and I'm say, yo.
Yeah, they think they're done. What I mean? It's done, but I'm music I deal with. So, because I don't think that, but trust me.
Let's digress.
Yeah, man.
So, here it is. You ever decided that, okay, 9 years old, you're learning new words, and you realize you're a little bit of a poet because you liked the poetry.
Yeah.
And the whenceforth doth the dawn break over the horizon, does thy eyes light up? So what was it that appealed to you with that versus I'm gonna say?
It's when I first realized the girls like them thing there. you understand? And you start use it to impress girls, you know what I mean? Because the way you express yourself, like I had this thing, I say, I've never wanted to be anything more. I've never wanted to be anything more than a darker shade of black. But now there's something more I wish that I could be. And that's the kind of a man that would make you want me. Them kind of thing there. You know what I mean? The lyrics have a way. It's a whole thing. Whenever I go for recite it, I can't remember it. You understand? Yeah. But
how do you?
But it's true because the brown thing we not too like.
Yeah.
You see me?
Yeah.
Black is better than another hue in that it scorns to bear another hue.
That deep.
That's my grandmother.
Yeah.
You
go down some levels.
Yeah, well, poetry allows you. Poetry, art, and artists are deep people and sometimes geniuses, And musicians are sometimes some of the most brilliant people,
Really?
Yeah. But I mean, music is math, man. Music is mathematics.
Well, that much I know,
music is deep, man.
Yeah.
Music is deep. If you're privileged to that. You're privy to that because you love it and you see what it does for people.
Listen, I grew up in the Salvation Army in Jamaica, and I had to get up on a Saturday morning and walk before I was allowed to ride my bicycle. I lived in Zedega, and I walked to Huendin for music lessons at my father figure's house.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And I couldn't get away from it. The man was my father figure.
Yeah, but
I had to do it.
It does something to the soul.
But yes, I never regret. I don't regret it now. I hated it then. I don't regret it now.
Music is the expression of the soul.
It did teach me something.
Yeah, I understand.
So you started to write, but you didn't get into the singing because
I always sang around because my thing was R&B.
Okay.
Because nobody can sing like Black America. I don't care who wants to say what. Black America are the wickedest singers in the world. You can walk down the street and hear the wickedest voice. And you say, why that on the record? Wickeder than anything you probably ever heard before.
I have heard some, yeah.
Anywhere in the world you go. 51 years me there, I know me go all over the world. And the only place that come close is Philippines. The only place that come close is the Philippines.
Music took you all over the world.
Yeah. Not all over the world, but to certain places,
Yeah. So a lot of the places that you've been.
I've been to a lot of places, but the places I've been have been indelible.
Mm.
You know, the impression and the culture and the people and the love for reggae music.
What was it like the first time you heard one of your recordings on the radio?
Wow. And one day, that's euphoria. Euphoria.
Take us to that place, to that time.
To tell you the truth, well, coming from just singing, it was a production that I did myself and gave to, when I was in California.
Mm-hmm.
I was working with a guy called Carl Peterson, one of the greatest engineers in the business, responsible for Steel Pulse's album, a couple of them, Hans Earth Revolution and True Democracy.
Yeah.
And we had it played on, we had this same guy, Roger Stefan, that everybody knows for reggae, some magazine that he does, and he's supposedly the authority on reggae. Yeah, you know, everybody, you know, that's another story.
Right,
but, yeah, you know, and he was on Santa Monica Radio, Santa Monica College Radio, and he played the song. I was in LA at the time. And I was like, well, Ambelique, they're on the radio, but them time they never name Ambelique. Them time they name it was regular. Nobody never really have a name for me. Just, you know.
So you were introduced as what?
Anthony Silvera. You know. It wasn't even that. We were introduced as the band I was with called Third Eye.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a band called Third Eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many groups have you been in? Do you know?
I've never been in a lot of groups, really. I've been in 2 groups. I've been in 2 bands, except for my own band. I had my own blues band in Massachusetts.
Blues?
Yeah, I was singing the blues in Massachusetts.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to me. How you end up doing blues?
Because that's my thing, man. I'm a blues singer, man. I love the blues.
And in Massachusetts?
Yeah, I lived in a place called Clinton, Massachusetts. One of the first places that, what's his name, when Carter went, and when he was visiting people in them house and thing.
Yeah.
President Carter went to that particular town called Clinton, Massachusetts. And I met some people. It was a totally white neighborhood, mostly Polish people and Irish people. Mm-hmm. And I met this Irish guitar player named Bob Laverne, who became a good friend. And subsequently, we ran into he took me to another friend called Steve Aiello, who was an Italian guy who had he had a band thing, and we started a band. And they gave the band my name, T. Silvera Blues Band. So I did the blues. I sang the blues in Paul's Mall, Amherst College, Maine, all these little places, you know. Yeah, you know.
Give me something in the blues. Give me something, anything. Give me.
Ain't no love in the heart of the city. There ain't no love in the heart of the town. Ain't no love.
Yes, sir.
You know blues. This R&B for me was the thing. You know, I mean, and I always wanted to make that marriage real R&B, real soul. Mm-hmm, you know, try to put that with reggae. And Sly and Robbie gave me that opportunity in 1995. The same person who took me to Derek Ariat took me to Sly and Robbie, Bonnie Brown, God rest his soul. So that's how we, and that's where I started. That's the first time I did the album called Ambelique Sings the Classic.
Yeah.
And that went crazy. I did a song called Quando Quando. Mm-hmm. Tell me when will you be mine? Tell me quando, quando, quando. Yeah, we did that. But the first song I did was One Last Cry, the Brian McKnight tune. That was the first song I really did. And the story it's funny because back then, it was 1995. Mm-hmm. There was, back then, dancehall really, all the big dancehall names, the groups, Monster Shack, everybody, you understand?
Yep. That was my dancehall era.
It's come in, So they had this thing where DJ would come in and them have this rhythm and them around the rhythm and DJs come in and them see who can handle it.
Right.
So them put me on the rhythm now and say, go on, Ambelique, what jump on that tune and I drop off of the rhythm and flap. I tell you, fall flat for my face, King. And Bulby and Fata, the two engineers for Stein Rubber for Taxi.
Yeah.
Bulby stammer, so Bulby say, hey, put him on Frozen Soul. I mean, then put it up on the rhythm and I start singing. And Chumi is a man who love ad-lib and slur. Me I slur all over the word and I say, hey, up here long seed man in here no big man. You see the woman in here about here try creep you up some. Sing the tune right.
Yeah. Hey, if there's one thing, a producer will make or break a man,
Yeah, but the funny thing is, every man the other day, I'm a father look at me and say, who's like, Robbie never like you, Robbie never want you to sing. He want to run you out of the studio. I choose slide and check for the same like the voice of the tone. But the irony is Robbie who really look at me and teach me, so let me say, because a lot of people don't understand that R&B, the pockets in R&B and the pockets in reggae are two different things. Reggae is an easy thing to work with because it gives you so many opportunities in so many places for you to place your vocals. Because you listen to singers, listen to the ruler, the master, the one drop. It's Gregory.
Yeah.
You understand? And then you have Alton Ellis. And you have Ken Wood, and the whole of them are singing a different. You understand?
Yeah.
And so I'm say, because R&B singers, you either find yourself ahead of the rhythm or behind it if you are singing R&B, because you find the pockets that you find and the meter and the rhythm and the melody and all that is different.
Yeah.
Right? Because you feel it in a different place.
Yeah.
You understand?
Right.
Our thing, reggae is more a diatonic thing instead of a chromatic thing. You understand? With colors, you can, if you really learn your craft, you can make a 2-chord sound like 4 or 5 chords.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of what Robbie taught me. He said, Ambelique, you have a range, you have 4 active range. You sing false, you sing everything. So use it to your advantage. And so,
So you didn't make it into School of Music, but you got a musical schooling that
was a college, man.
Money can't
You
buy.
can't buy that. And then Willie Lindo was the master. For years, me I sing and Willie look for me, and only man ever look for me and say to me, why Ambelique, you have a problem with that note, Every time this particular note come up in any tune, you struggle with it.
One note.
One particular chord, one particular, You know what I'm saying? Really? I'm going to go home and study. And I've never looked back. He's the only man who ever did that. That's the genius in Willie. Willie is not a singer, but he can sing you every note that he wants you to sing.
Yeah.
And give to you.
Yeah. That's an amazing gift.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Willie, amazing person.
But you had the presence of mind and the humility to say, let me listen and go and look into this and practice.
But that is the key. You know what you don't know. When you know what you don't know, you must learn,
No, well, everybody learning.
But when you know what you don't know.
Well, when
you don't want to know.
When you know what you don't know.
No, you want to know.
But the problem is, people don't know and they don't know that they don't know.
That's different.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. Yeah, it's a problem. A lot of us have that. They have some don't-learn people out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
I tell people all the time,
It's true.
If you're not learning, you're not changing. Anything that is not changing is not growing.
Yeah, man.
Anything when I grow, stagnant.
Yeah, man.
If it's stagnant, it's dead.
Yeah, man. Yeah, ignorance, that,
It's not bliss, it's blisters.
Yes.
So, Where is Ambelique heading?
Wherever the good Lord take me. I'm a musician, right? And I'll die doing this, you know. And I personally, I do music for posterity. It's not an ego thing with me. You understand? I want when somebody pick up my thing and say, 20 years from now, say, boy, that brother had a work. You understand? Because I want to be able to measure my thing with anybody else's stuff. Whether you're an R&B singer, you're a calypso singer, my genre is reggae.
Yeah.
You understand? I love reggae because reggae is my culture. But my craft and my knowledge of music came from R&B. My style of singing, came from R&B. My ability to do what I do vocally is from listening to America, like most Jamaican singers back in the day.
Yes.
Ken
yes.
Boothe was my favorite singer. Him and what's his name? Dead and Gone, Babande, you know.
Yeah.
Because he had this style and this ability. He had this jazz feel around reggae, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's unique way of expressing, and him could write so well, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Did you do any writing for anyone else?
Write for a few people, but now, I never really took credit for it. You want a song, I write it, and the studio, I help people do stuff, but
Yeah.
As a writer, I've never really explored that to be a writer and give song to people. No.
You mentioned being a musician. Is your voice your only instrument?
Yeah, but because it is, because of that, I think it has, I endeavor to learn to use it to the best of my ability. I can play drums a little, trap, the drum set, I can do that, percussion a little, but those are my, the vocals is my gift,
I get that. But it's such a joy when I get to have a reasoning with someone that has this connection to music that I ended up having with great reluctance.
Well, the thing about music is that you never choose it. It chose you.
Exactly.
And when it happens like that, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
I understand. So, because consider a world without music, what would it be like? A world without music.
I can't.
I
can't consider it.
Yeah, you can't.
I know this guy. He's a part of the Reggae Global family. You see him, you wouldn't know. But he's a guy that has this amazing gift to put pen to paper. And has only done one recording. And I asked him one day, oh, you can only do one recording. One? all this writing you do, all this stuff you have up in your head, one recording.
You asked the wrong person, because me could never do that.
One day I introduce it to you. Yeah?
I can never do that. You got that one. You can write some tune, man. You can write some tune, boss. You can write some tune. Yeah, but yeah, whenever I write time can tell you melody makes songs, right?
Yes.
The melody, if you get the hook, the key to writing is if you have a hook book, right? I have a hook book in my head, which is pretty much just melodies, you understand? The hook is the whole soul of the tune, right?
And you build around it.
You build everything around that hook. That hook has to say everything about what you said before and what you're going to say after, right? It encapsulates the whole song, right? So once you build the hook, you can start the subject, you understand? You can't know. Music is when you write, it's a composition. You understand?
Right.
Some people have the gift of making everything rhyme. Another person have the gift of really pricking the mind, having you very provocative things to say, and that sometimes is very hard to do. You know.
That's storytelling.
Yeah.
So you have done throughout your catalog a range of messages. Let me call it that.
Right.
Just before we started talking, I played that song "System I Go Down."
Mm-hmm.
What was it? What was the inspiration behind that writing, and what inspires your other writings?
Well, the inspiration is the situation we're in, right? We see ourselves every day in the same situation. The weak and the strong.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So I think from I see it from the weak perspective, and I also see it from the strong perspective, which is usually wrong. You understand? If you use your strength to bully people and not help people, then that kind of thing can't prevail. Rome destroyed itself from within. It was such a powerful place, but what happened? It's too strong. And because it's so strong, it was so arrogant that it started bringing other people in and feeling that them can indoctrinate them to the extent that them wouldn't rebel. So the borders that them allow them to guard, them open it up.
I got you.
Yeah, I understand. So the key I think is for me is being able to see things and express it from both perspectives. Hope that you hope that you know what you're doing, right? You hope that you can reach people with the stuff that you're doing. I always try and write a song that's going to probably have some meaning rather than a love song. People put me in a little thing called me, Lover's Rock Singer. But me do tunes where most people don't know. But most people never even check that, you know. Jah is my keeper is one of them things. You know, people don't listen to them. Lonely Soldier, I didn't write it, but you know what I mean? Sing them kind of thing too, you know.
So a catalog was released for you recently. Some of your tunes. And I'll just go through as I have them here in front of me right now. And so I have a track called I Knew I Wouldn't Find, My Father Gives Me, Change Your Attitude, Clean Up, He Said, She Said, Lost in You, Celebration Time, Never Found Me a Girl, Wouldn't Change a Thing, Natural Beauty, a track I started, I played just before we got started, System I Go Down, Run Away From You.
Oh yeah, that one is they kind of, yeah, that's a reality. Yeah, most of Run Away From You and System I Go Down, they're departures, right?
Yeah.
You know, they're different. They're like a stretch between the two of them. There's a wide gap between the two of them, right? And Natural Beauty is another thing that I think is one of the better songs I've written.
Really?
Yeah, you know, because it talks about vanity, and you have to listen to it. We can't really explain it. You know what I mean? If you listen to it, you get the gist of what I say, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's hard to explain the song them when you write, because them just come to you. You know, and just put them on paper, and then you find the melody. The melody come first, and then you find the words to suit the melody. And then you try and make sense of the words, you know what I mean? Because you don't always start out, you know, just writing the song the way it finishes, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know?
Well, I wouldn't know because I'm not much of a writer. I'll leave it to you guys that have that gift. But here's what we're going to do. Top of the hour, we're going to take a quick break on Reggae Global. I got a message here from someone. And I guess he wanted to say something. So I'm going to try to figure out a way to make that happen.
Okay.
I'm creative that way, but we'll see what we can work out.
All right. Yeah, man.
And all right, tell you what. Anybody wants to drop a line to Ambelique right now can shoot me a message. 773-789-STEW. You can shoot me a message on the ding-a-ling. So 773-789-7839, or do what everybody else does and jump in to the chat room on Reggae Global Radio. That way now we can actually see as you're putting your comments there, and we can respond to them real time. So that's an option also. But thank you, Mr. Lindsay. Thank you for the reach out. And Clinton Lindsay says, good conversation, but good people.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
top of the hour, we're gonna take a quick break on Reggae Global Radio. We'll be right back. I know y'all saw me and Ambelique. Well, Ambelique and I were in dialogue, and I know y'all could tell because you were watching, right? Oh, those of you who were watching on Reggae Global TV. Those of you who weren't watching, you can still go there, reggaeglobalradio.com. The Reggae Global live stream TV is right there. Just scroll down and it's under the chat. So go check it out if you haven't checked it out before. But this track is called Clean Up. And this is one of those songs, Ambelique, as you were telling us, and I say us because there is someone else in the studio off camera and off mic.
Okay.
Theme time come another time.
All
not
right,
today.
Cool. All right, sir. Yeah.
But y'all heard that? Yeah, it's the other people. So Clean Up, Ambelique.
Right.
Yeah. Talk to us about Clean Up.
Yeah, well, Clean Up is a song
Not
where
beat up this mic.
I wrote about my wife, my ex-wife, because we went to the same school for different reasons. She went to Atlantic Union College for, I didn't really go to school. I went to do some vocal lessons at the school. I really didn't go to school.
Yeah.
Seventh-day Adventist college called Atlantic Union College in Lancaster, Massachusetts, not far from Clinton where I lived.
That's where the singing come from.
Yeah.
Adventist. I don't know many Adventists that can't sing.
So we anyway, me see her.
Yeah.
I would if a woman at school, some beauty, this tiny, skinny lady, young lady, you know what I mean? I'm saying, what, you understand?
You got fat now.
I'm saying, that woman going to be my wife. That woman going to be my wife. I said to myself, I mean, I pray to God, and it's like, it just happened. You know, we got married, and everything that I wanted in a woman, she had humility. She was the character, because when a woman wins a man with her character and not her beauty, she keeps that man for life, because the beauty fades and the character never fades. The character is what keeps you when she's old, when the body starts to fail, when the figure is gone, when all that's gone.
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying.
I could walk in a room.
That is what I call beauty, though.
That is real beauty. I could walk in the room, and she was in her night clothes, and a man was in the room, and the first thought in my mind would not be she was sleeping with that man.
Right.
Because of her character.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that it couldn't be going on like that, but you understand where I'm coming from, right?
Right, yes.
So, and the song, What?
I run this bit out.
Yeah, so this thing, I really messed up, you know what I mean? I messed up a good thing. You know, I messed up a real good. I won't tell you what I did. I did some bad things. I never put my hand on her, never abused her verbally, nothing like that. She used to call, this is the thing. This is the kind of woman, she used to piss me off and I'd go outside and cuss pure bad word and come back in. Never cuss a bad word in front of her. I'm a bad word merchant. We come from Waltham Park Road.
Yeah.
East Road, 35 lane, 3 mile.
Mm.
You understand? We come from a rough place.
Right.
You understand? So what, anyway.
There ain't no love in the heart of the city.
That place that me come from long time. There wasn't much love there.
Yeah.
And even if they were loved, your loved ones could cut you short. If you piss him off and them go for him, razor blade and ratchet him and cut you.
Right.
You understand? Anyway, that's what happened. You know, messed that up. You know, beautiful human being. The song says, I took your smile away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I took her smile away. You know?
How long?
35 years of marriage.
Wow.
You understand?
Where's she now?
She's my best friend. She's my best friend. She's my best friend.
You see? Why?
She is my best friend. The person who knows me, but like nobody knows me, man. You know, that's my best friend.
You're going to need to do a class.
Yeah, she's an amazing woman, you know, and she never one day said anything bad to me about my children, to the children about me. You know, but I was away, but I was there, you know.
Right.
With my children, you know. I was allowed to do that.
You see, it's one thing when we hear a song. It's another thing when we hear the story behind the song. Yeah, because a lot of times, you know, we hear a tune and we go, boy, it's a nice beat and the lyrics flow nice and hey, you heard that modulation? That is wicked. What range? And miss the whole substance.
Yeah.
The message in the music.
True.
This is one of those songs, and I'm pretty sure the people that heard it before now is thinking back and saying, boy, wait, hold on. What?
Yeah.
We have to listen to that one again. Don't worry, I'll play it for you again. Okay, the phone thing, I can't get the phone line thing to happen, but we'll work it out. Trust me, we'll work it out. Mr. Bossman, you can write that down. So, my father gives me.
Yeah.
Somehow, when I see some titles, they jump out at me a certain way. My father gives me.
Yeah, more than I can bear. But he never gives you more than you can bear.
Yeah.
You understand? Only salvation lasts forever in my youth.
Right.
You know? He said, let them set them trap and let them set them snares. Because my Father only gives me no more than I can bear. You understand?
Were you facing some...
I face it every
bad
day.
mind?
Face it every day. Bad mind family. Family and friends, but bad mind family, friends. Yeah, man. Dirty people. Because they're in your family too.
True.
You know what I'm saying? You have family members who are vindictive. You have family members who are jealous. You have narcissistic family members, man.
Yeah.
You know,
narcissism.
They never apologize for nothing.
Yeah.
They never feel like they've done nothing, but you do something to them.
Yeah.
You understand? You have that, but the thing is, you still gotta love them, man. You still gotta love them. In spite of all that, you gotta love them. Because love has this power, man. It has a power that nothing else in the world can move people like love. Some people, it moves them for a moment, and some people move them for a lifetime. You know, but love is the key, man.
Have you written a song that brought tears to your eyes?
Oh yeah, all the time. I wrote this song called "Jah is My Keeper." You probably don't have it on there, but it's
No, it's not in this.
I lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord. Yeah, yeah. Even as suffer thy feet to be moved. I can't sing it because it's the powerful. It's a psalm, part of a psalm.
Yes.
I built a song around, you know, but I can't sing the song because it's, you know, I've been to places where I went to England, right? I went to London, England for 2, and I had every year I got this 1-year work permit, and I wound up at one point not having anywhere to live, and in 2 occasions, God just, trust me, the Most High God. I'm going to hear you want to call him, or she. The faith, not the belief now. Not the belief now. Because belief is a doubt. I don't believe in God, I know God. Because of what he's done for me. And I don't seek to believe in God, I seek to know God.
Yeah.
Because when you know, there's no doubt.
Right.
Faith is the seed of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that?
Yep.
Before you can, trust me, you got to have faith. Got to have faith.
Yeah. True that.
Substance of hope, not things not seen, man. You know?
You know, I am looking forward to, because I know these are just a few of the tracks that you have actually recorded.
Willie has this one track I did. That is probably the most powerful song I've written. Not the best, it's the most powerful song I wrote.
You categorize them differently.
Yeah.
It is not the best,
It's the
but
most
it's the most
powerful
powerful
song.
What makes it powerful?
It makes it powerful because it's spiritual and it's reality. It is spirituality. The spirit from which it came from my soul. Okay? Now, the best song in terms of being provocative, of being best in the sense that it opens you up to thought, right?
Yeah.
To examining your own thoughts, and what it also does, it asks you questions that you probably would never ask yourself. And I'm going to let people listen to the album, but I'm really going to put out so they can hear that.
Okay, so things on the horizon.
Yeah, man. I was told that the album will be out this summer, maybe before the summer is over, I don't know. But there's an album in the can, you know, and hopefully we can find all the songs. Because we do it over a long period. Really has been recording me for quite some time. Really, you know. And it's been a joy. It's been a journey. It has made me so much better as a musician, as a singer, as a writer.
We often talk about the producers, people in the industry that we would love to work with again. Are there any that you would, not without calling names,
Right.
that you would say, boy, you know, it doesn't really matter how much I could make, I will not sit within that studio to work with that person?
What do you put them? Because they're not a producer, they're a reducer. You know, what do you put them?
Yes, sir.
Because some people have money, so them, you know what I mean? And not everybody can produce. And everybody's a producer. Just because I can put some card together. And, you know, any producer who don't have the artist's
Best interest.
interest at heart
Mm.
You know what I mean? We don't, nah. You know what I mean? The producer, the real producer, the true producer want to see the artist accomplished. He wants to see the artist and he will sacrifice so the artist can go out there. You understand? And producers sacrifice every time because producers, them lose more than them win. Yeah, because them, you know how much money it costs to record a tune? The electricity, the musician. You understand? Then you have to go
The work
press
that you
the
put
record,
in
you have to
after.
go press it and
Yeah.
all. It's a whole of things. And the producer lose most of the time. So when him connect, him really try connect back for all the 50 with the song, him never make the answer. So that's another thing artists need to understand, that producers, the real producers,
Yeah.
the ones who really believe in their artists and put them heart and soul behind the production. You know, yeah. Willie Linda is one of them. Slide Down Bar is one of them. You understand? That do them thing there. You understand?
You know what?
Because them a true musician, them are artists too in them own right.
There's a tune on here in this catalog called Celebration Time.
Oh yeah. Celebration Time is a song that Sly and I wrote for the independence.
Which one?
16 now, Diamond Jubilee. And we put it up for the festival song, but them felt it wasn't, it wasn't the kind of song that they wanted at the festival song. I don't know for what reason they might have rejected it, but it didn't make the
It didn't make the cut.
It didn't make the cut. But we believed in it, so we put it out, and so that's it right there.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. People that tune into the Saturday Stew normally get a little half an hour, 45 minutes of reasoning. They got extra today, but rightly so, because you just come into the studio and take over the thing. I can't even say why I'm upset about it.
You just allow me to talk. I didn't tell me from before, so I read why. Yeah, talk.
This is why I can't be upset.
Talk. Yeah, talk. You know what I mean? And you let me feel so comfortable that, you know what I mean? You start talk and things will come out, you know what I mean? But yeah, this kind of freedom I've never had. I've never felt in an interview. This is not an interview.
I don't do interviews.
It's a reasoning, man.
I don't do interviews.
It's a reasoning. That's how it's forgot. So, this kind of stuff, yeah, man. Yeah, man, I appreciate of this, you know what I mean? Most definitely.
I'm glad you do, because
yeah, man.
Right about now, I want to get into some of these tunes in the catalog. And since we have, 37 minutes left in this broadcast.
Okay, sir.
What I'm going to do is just roll through these tunes.
Okay, sir.
Now, something might hit us a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
and I might have to pull it up and ask you to give us a talk.
Okay, sir.
However,
Not a problem.
we're going to go through these tunes, and I'm going to start with the Celebration Time.
Okay, sir.
Why? Because we're just talking about it.
Yes, okay.
And I can't recall hearing it, so this will be my first time.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
So I want to say, celebration time? Yes, I. Yes, I. Yes, I. 16 now, let us dance and sing. Celebration time, oh, what joy it brings.
concept behind that. Behind the whole song.
Children are praying. Churches are praying. Mommy and Daddy, Susan and Sandy, dancing and prancing, moving and grooving. 60 now, let us dance and sing. Celebration time, oh what joy it brings. It's 60 now.
The song encompasses what happens in a celebration.
In a festival, yeah. That's the whole theme. Remember when I was growing up, them used to have the truck dance, street dance.
Yeah.
And you have the band them on the truck, them bed, the truck bed, them have the
Flat
high
bed.
one and the flat bed, yeah.
Yes, yes.
So you had the band and you had the people and everybody in the neighborhood would come. So we had to deal with the neighborhood. You see people from the neighborhood. So we basically, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
The whole thing was about festivity, about enjoying yourself, celebrating the occasion. Independence Day, you know what I mean? That's what.
So what?
Yeah.
Did it sound too melodic? You know. This
I don't know what it was.
They didn't give you a reason behind it.
No, well, I don't want to talk about where I went in my head. You understand where everybody else I say. So, you know, I just leave that alone. You know, they made their judgment. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not in their head. I'm not in their head. So, what am I going to say? I don't know what the motivating factor was. I know who the people were that were the judges, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know what them ideology is, what them concept is. The only thing is that I knew that at one point they came out and said they couldn't find any songs. And the songs that they found they didn't like, they said the songs have too much body attack about Aki and Starfish. Ironically, they picked all those songs they picked at the same things, you know. The same things they rejected is the same thing them go back and pick.
Yeah.
So I don't know, you know. I can only I have my opinion. That's my opinion, you know. But I'm not in anybody's head, so I don't know what the motivating factor is with them choose and why them do it. So.
You know, one of the things that I like the most about this track is its simplicity.
But that's what we try to do. We try to make it easier for people to we try to allow people the visual. You know, we wanted to do a video, and we might still do because the song is enjoying some real good play. It's in Australia, it's in Sao Paulo, it's in Brazil, it's in Paris. You know, so you know.
So everybody else is embracing it, but not us.
Yeah, well, I don't think they heard it that much. It's playing on the radio a few times in Jamaica. Big A played it. A few people are playing it, but not having been in the festival and getting that kind of a play, you wouldn't hear it. You know what I'm saying? But it's enjoying some real good reviews. You know, so.
You ever thought of revising it and making it a everyday?
Well, it is in a way because of the way the 60 now is a celebration. You know what I mean? So, you know, if you're 60 years old, you can, you know what I mean? It is a universal thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes you're too close to the forest, so you can't see the damn trees. Man, you know, so sometimes you have to just leave that alone. You know, so because other people are embracing it. You know, so.
I just asked out of curiosity, but I wanted to know. I like it too.
Yeah, you know, most people who hear it had the opportunity to hear it like it, you know, because it have coming at night. You can hear the coming at night.
Yeah.
And you can hear the dance all night.
Yes.
And you can hear all of the musical genres.
I hear cultures.
Yeah, culture, Jamaican cultures. Yard cultures.
Yes.
You know,
coming out
yeah, man.
in the one song.
Yeah, man. Mentor. Yeah, mentor coming and dance all. I'll show them in it.
But you know, when it comes to Taxi Gang, you know, what can I say?
Yeah, you know.
Hey, you
And
can.
them drumming the bass, me I tell you, that better than a Easy King. Him live and breathe the music, and them come up with some stuff, man. Sly is a genius, you know. Willie Lindo, Sly Dunbar, Bobby Shakespeare, the bass line, the last bit, the bass line on Ain't No Love in Kingston City. Listen to that bass line.
Yeah.
And what he did to that song with that bass line, you know.
Right. But I'm bounce through them tunes, yeah, because people
Yeah,
don't
man.
want to. I'm bounce through them tunes, yeah.
When you love someone, you won't be extra mile.
Walk the extra mile.
When you love someone, you wanna see them smile.
Beautiful smile, baby.
Just like watering a garden, so that'll grow. But love is not enough, you need to make it show.
This one is called When You Love Someone.
Love, 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 yeah.
Ambelique working out to the Hawkeye.
You can hardly wait until the moment you meet.
When we
Cause you know when you do, your day will be complete. When you love someone,
Ambelique.
say when you love someone, you won't be extra mile. When you love someone, you wanna see them smile.
Baby girl, all I wanna do is to make you smile. Carry me child, make flesh run off of you like the river Nile. Feel love in a bungle and pile, all kind of style. Number your dial, I'll give anything to the woman I love. Anything to you, my baby love. When you see me, I'm a queen, no butter girl. Cause she gave me the ice cream, me give her the fur. Original and no carbon copy. This a boy you only do the things to make you happy. Treat you like a new car, not a jalopy. Put you in a cradle like baby in a nummy.
Love someone, you won't be extra mile.
Walk off my shoes in,
When you love someone,
just that's the way you feel.
you wanna see them smile.
Love with me, baby.
Just like watering a garden, so that'll grow. But love is not enough, you need to make it show. When you love someone, when you love someone.
Hey, Ambelique, for the people that want to get your catalog, because I'm just going to bounce through some of these tunes. I keep saying I'm going to bounce through them. But I keep stopping and talking. For the people who want to get your catalog, though, how can they get their hands on it?
Well, look, Reggae Global International. We are talk about right here, so see this up there. And them I carry it. You understand? This is the best thing that happened to my career.
Reggae Global?
Reggae Global. The kind of promotion. Well, when Ambelique Sing the Classic came out with Sly and Robbie, I got a lot of promotion. More heap of promotion.
Yeah.
I was 95. But since then,
Reggae Global and
Reggae Global
Entertainment.
Entertainment. Unbelievable.
Yeah, this will definitely make you
everybody
smile.
everybody attacks. Everybody I said, boy, I believe me like the thing. Like what the thing I go on and you say, yes.
Hey.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, you know.
What can we say? You know.
Hey, you know,
Thank you, man.
You know, but it's the truth, you know what I mean? If it never goes, someone wouldn't say so.
That's right.
Listen to me. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Thank you, man.
Ooh, baby.
This one is called He Said, She Said.
There's something going on. I get to understand. You think I've been cheating? Well, carry wrong. trust in me like I trust in you. As long as we've been together, that should be so easy to do. Your cold-hearted friends try to put doubt in your mind by telling you, baby, my love's so roving kind. And all that he said, she says, messing with your head. All that gossip you've been listening got you misled. All that he said, she says, messing with your head. You should put your faith and trust in me instead. Not misery, girl, love's company. Just think about it, baby, and you will see who would suffer if we should part. You and me, baby, would have a broken heart. Your friends don't care, they'll be moving on, and all the things we shared will all be gone. The things they say you do were designed to make us blue. Come on, baby, it's always been me and you. He said, she says, messing with your head. All that gossip you've been listening got you misled. All that he said, she says, messing with your mind. All that gossip you've been hearing, girl, got you blind. Oh, baby, you can't let it go. You gotta keep it together. You got to be strong. You gotta hold on. Gotta keep on keeping on. Oh, baby. We've been together since our days in school. We've come too far for us now to be fooled. We've invested so much, too much to lose. We gotta keep it together, don't be confused. All that he said, she said, messing with your head. All that gossip you've been listening, girl, have you misled? All that he said, she says, messing with your mind. All that gossip you've been hearing, girl, made you blind. All that he said, she said, messing with your head. All that gossip you've been listening, girl, got you misled. All that he said, she says, oh yeah, nah, baby. Spring break, tan skin, girl, I can't remember when I fell so fast, knowing it would never last. I got lost in the
This one is called Lost in You.
wave of the ocean, lost in the sunset too. I got lost in your eyes and the time to change over.
Darius Rucker.
You remember this one?
Yeah, Darius Rucker, yeah. It's our country and western song I did over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tonalities in my voice. I sing different ways with different songs. Right?
Yes, yes.
So that's one of the things I learned. Where you have to sing a song in the style and particular mood that fits that song.
Yes.
That's how you become a better singer, when you're aware of that, you know. And
Yes,
that's
yes.
just looking from it outside yourself. Looking at it as a lay person as opposed to an artist, you know. Because sometimes we like stuff that people just don't like.
Yeah.
And stuff we hate, people just love, you know what I mean?
And you wonder, what are they listening to?
When you listen to that, when you miss, when you missing this, when you missing this, I'm going to so, you know, I'm saying, what, yeah. But yeah, you know, you learn, if you study it and you really want to be better at what you're doing, you know, you have to really, number one, you have to listen to people.
Yeah.
You have to be able to listen and pay thoughtful understanding to the things that are being said to you, and ask qualifying questions so the person teaching or telling you something can explore whatever it is that they know, and even learn more about what they know and didn't know they knew by you asking the question, the proper question, because you're listening.
Yes.
So listeners are a dime a dozen. Listeners are the hardest things to find. You know, so and that's one of the hardest things to do is listen. You know, so it's one of the things I've tried my best to do, and also live a life of symphony of prayer with interludes of distractions. You know.
Say that again.
Live a life of symphony of prayers instead of with interludes of distraction.
Interludes of distraction.
Yeah, instead of interludes of prayer, with symphonies of distraction. Being opposites, you know. So it's an effort to continue to become more spiritual and connect yourself more with, align yourself more with the Almighty, which is energy. You know? So it's a daily thing. It's a struggle. It's a march to humility where you never reach, because humility can never know itself. Because when you feel you're humble and you say you're humble, you're arrogant, because you can't reach that.
This guy. Y'all listening to this guy? This guy.
Love what you've got. Don't be what you're not. If you purchase body parts and nothing, slap on a wig. Lift it, but on a pig is still a pig. To be a genuine cutie must be a natural beauty. God never made no one happy.
Track called The Natural Beauty.
Beauty's in the eyes.
Hanging out to the man Ambelique.
Bless, my brother.
Boy, Ambelique, this was a real pleasure.
Oh man, trust me, you don't know how much I enjoyed it, my brother. Trust me. I've never been so comfortable. I've never been in the presence of such grace. You understand? Except for the Almighty God.
Much love, man. Much love.
Enough love, man. I appreciate this, man.
And welcome
Tenfold,
to Reggae Global Studio.
Oh, yeah, man. Trust me.
Welcome.
Yeah, man. It was a pleasure,
Listen,
yeah, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure sharing the best part of this outside of Ambelique was you guys. So thank you for being the best part of this. We're going to part company. But as we part, do remember, look out for members of your community. Your community is not just a development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide. So those that you pass on the bus, the plane, the boat, or the train, whether you walk, ride, or drive, these are members of your community. Do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you from wherever you are in the world, from right here in South Florida. I bid you all a good night. Take care until we do it again.
Greetings and salutations. This is DJ Kevin Stew inviting you to bubble up and simmer down with me in the Saturday Stew right here on Reggae Global Radio. Get ready for the special segment called The Secret Ingredient, where you may hear from your favorite artist or producer. Saturday Stew happens every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time exclusively on ReggaeGlobalRadio.com, where we get high on reggae.